All right. Good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Schor, and today I will present you a kind of special solution that we call Hyperverse. But before explaining the platform, I would like to ask you first, have you ever heard about the metaverse? Okay. Does anyone can explain in a few words what the metaverse is? Correct. So the answer was a virtual space, which is the correct answer. If I would have to define the metaverse, I would say that is a kind of 3D social media. So it's a kind of Facebook, but instead of having to scroll into a page, you will enter a 3D environment. Well, our platform is kind of similar to what I just described. The only difference is that we create B2B and private solutions. So instead of having public environment open to everybody, we will create private 3D environments, and our customer will decide to open them to the public or to make it private. As you can imagine, during COVID, we had a huge success with Hyperverse. Like she just said during the introduction, I have organized more than 800 events during the 2 years of COVID. Sometimes we had 2 or 3 events per day. So a huge success. What is important to know about this platform is that there is nothing to download. Everything is happening via the web browser. I will enter a real event right after that I have in Brazil right now, so that you can show exactly what it looks like, because I feel like with that kind of solution, it's important to visualize it in order to understand it correctly. So there is nothing to download. Like I said, you just need to enter a link and then you can enter the platform. It's cross-platform. What does that mean? You can enter it with your computer or either with your tablet or with your phone. It works on any devices. At the moment, we are not compatible with VR headsets, and the main reason why is because VR headsets are quite expensive, not to say very expensive, and also you need quite a powerful computer to make them run. So we decided to unplug the VR headset solution, but we can kind of plug it back whenever we want. In terms of capacity, we can have up to 2,500 participants connected simultaneously inside the platform, which is a very big number, and we are still working on the scalability of the platform. The great chance that we have with that kind of 3D platform, and I will enter a 3D environment now so that you can see really how it looks like, is that it's really modular. You can really personalize it the way you want. Here, in this case, well, you can see a specific building with a specific background, but as you can imagine, everything can be personalized. So we could replicate, for example, this building, but in 3D, with a different landscape or whatsoever. We don't only organize fair and congresses. We have done many other, let's say, type of solution for many industries all over the world. So here, what I'm going to show you is an event happening in Brazil. It's more like a fair, like a congress. So there are stands all over the place, and there are also live conferences happening into it. When you enter the platform, you have that kind of outside view. It's mainly to give a wow effect to the participants when they arrive. You just need to click somewhere on the screen, and then you are directly into the platform. In this case, we have a welcome message. It's just another way to welcome your participants. You could have other ways to do so. You could have a video, a kind of tutorial, quick guide, or whatever, depending on the way you want to welcome them. So to navigate inside of the platform is very easy. You can use the arrows of your keyboard, or you can simply click on the ground. I don't know if any of you has ever played The Sims. Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same idea, but of course it's B2B focused. But the avatar-based concept is kind of the same that what you face within Sims. Of course, you can personalize your avatar the way you want. So we have different outfits. You can select the age. You can select your gender, of course. You can really personalize it the way you want. And we even have what we call nowadays a non-binary avatar, allowing you to mix everything that we have within the dressing room. So We have a few outfits in stocks. I'm not going to show them all, but just to give you an idea, we have a few outfits in stock, but of course we can personalize the outfit as well depending on the event, on the company that organizes it. We could have a company logo on a t-shirt or whatever, but all of that can be, of course, personalized. So I will exit the dressing room. And now something that I would like to show you is the booth. So you can have booths in your event, your participants can interact with it, they can click on content. You can have banner, of course, you can have videos, you can have product on your booth, you can have brochure that participants can download, and many, many, many other things. One of the great aspects of the platform is its interactivity. So you can interact with other participants directly within the platform. So as you can see, there is someone here next to me. Well, I'm not going to call Camellia because I might disturb her. But if I put my mouse or click on Camellia, you see that there is a badge that appears on top of her. This allows me to have a kind of idea of who she is and for which company she works or whatever. And then I can start to interact with her. You have different icons in terms of interactions. You can exchange business cards. That's why it's very important to complete your profile when you arrive inside the platform because your profile is your business card. So we can exchange business cards, we can have a text chat if we wanted to, and we can have a call/video call if we want to. So I would have the possibility to call Camellia directly inside of the platform, activate my camera, share my screen, and do many, many other things in order to interact directly with her. So I will just rapidly explain the menu that we have here on the left, but I will not spend too much time on it as we don't have a lot of time, of course. But the first button that you see on the left is the kind of dashboard of the platform. So when you click on it, this is from where that you will be able to personalize your profile. If you face an issue, you can contact let's say the support team, which is me, by the way. You can configure the language of the platform and many other things. The second one is your contact list. As you can see, I've been in the event yesterday. I've received a few contact requests that I did not accepted yet, but this is how it appears on your screen, and you can exchange back your contact with them if you want to. The third option that we have is the chat. As you can see, I just opened the chat. The other day, one of the support member was dancing in the reception of the platform because you have the possibility to make your avatar dance. So I just sent him nice dance move or whatever, and he replied to me. What I want to say when I'm showing the chat is mainly the fact that you have a translator directly available inside of the chat, which is great. And this allows you, for example, I'm from Belgium and I speak French. If I wanted to, I could speak to you in French, and thanks to the translator, you will be able to see my messenger in your own language, and then reply back to me in your native language, of course. You also have a map allowing you to go quickly from one level to another one. So let's go quickly to the auditorium. At the moment, the event is kind of finished. We just left the environment open to give the possibility to the participants to watch the replay of the presentation. But when there is a presentation, that's very simple. You just need to click on the screen, and then the presentation starts directly inside of the screen. If you click again on it, of course, you can make it a full screen if it's too small or whatever. So yeah, we also have what we call the admin panel that you can see on the left, allowing me to see the amount of connected user, to broadcast, let's say, pop-up messages to the audience, just to make sure, for example, if there is a presentation in 3 minutes, I can send a broadcast message to every participant saying, hi everybody, the presentation will start in 5 minutes. Please go into the auditorium and click on the screen. And I can even add, let's say, teleport button into the broadcast message just to make their life easier. And then you have other options. You can do a live broadcast. So basically, well, I will not do that during the event of my client, but if I click on this button, it will activate my camera and my voice, and everybody in the environment will be able to see me. Again, we call that the master of ceremony. This can be used for different things, but mainly we use it for the support to help participants to find their way, or if we see that a lot of them are struggling for something, I will go live and I will explain how, for example, to personalize your avatar. Last but not least, you have the possibility to take selfie of your avatar. In this case, it's a kind of normal selfie with no branding. Of course, the selfie can be personalized with, let's say, a company logo or whatever. We can even implement a kind of photo booth somewhere in the environment where the participants can take a group picture or whatever. In terms of different, let's say, solutions that we have created so far, I would like to show you, so everything that we have been able to create as from now. And at the beginning, we were mainly focused on fair and congresses, but at the end of the COVID, the business model, as you can imagine, has changed quite a lot. And we are now more turning into a kind of permanent platform. And what I mean by that, so instead of having very short event, 2 or 3 days event, we will have 3D environment open for longer periods, such as a showroom, a 3D academy for students or whatever. We can create museum, we can create, like I said, an academy. We can have a shopping mall, a shopping village, and we are even very, let's say, active in the healthcare industry. So we created a kind of virtual escape room where you could solve a patient case by clicking on different elements. You can solve a patient case directly inside the platform. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time. I have many things to show, but it won't really be doable today. But I would like to take 2 minutes maybe to answer all the potential questions that you could have. And thank you for your listening. Yeah, go ahead.
Wonderful platform. Thank you so much. I'm Jan from Vivactis. Also, if we were to offer this to our clients, who is your perfect client?
Well, it depends, because like I said, during COVID, the perfect client was mainly a PCO, Professional Congress Organizer. So that was our main target. But now that COVID is not here anymore, and we went back to a normal life, PCO are more looking to go back to physical events. So the way to promote the platform is different. We don't push PCO to do 100% physical. We will recommend to do a kind of digital twins or hybrid solution. So for example, now what we could have done for this event, for example, is to have a kind of digital twins, and some of you that did not want to attend or could not attend or come directly to Barcelona could have attended the event via that kind of platform. So these are the kind of, let's say, customer that we have been mainly focusing on during the COVID. Now it's a kind of a different story. We are trying to make showroom, many different things. So car industry, as you can see, well, the platform can be easily adapted. So we can really try to reach any type of industry. We don't have any specific customer. We just try to target them differently, and by creating different demos and different things to show them based on what they are looking for.
For example, it can be a new product launch or a fashion show.
For example. That's a great example. I show you the avatars, and we just improved the look and feel of the avatar. So we created a fashion show. The Wi-Fi is pretty bad here, not to be quite honest, but I can try to enter the fashion show and see how it goes. But I cannot guarantee that it will work. But you see, if it works fine, it's a matter of a few seconds. I'm already inside the 3D platform. Here we try to do something a bit sustainable. That's why it's inside of the ocean or whatever. But here the main idea, is to show you the fashion show. But that's a great question. For example, when you get closer to the podium, there is a kind of fashion show that starts just to show the different outfit and combination that we have created. So now what we are going to do is try to promote this to big fashion companies such as Zara or whatever. So yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
You can give the price range.
Well, the price, it's like a big puzzle, and it depends on the amount of pieces that you want, let's say. If you take a building that we have in stock, of course, it's cheaper than if we have to build something fully tailor-made. It can go from, let's say, 10,000 to 200,000 euro, depending on the request. In general, it's roughly between 10 and 30,000 euro.
The pricing would be location, from participants, what are the elements that determine the price?
The elements that determine the price are mainly the amount of levels. So one reception, pavilion, the amount of booths, meeting room, auditorium, the amount of support that you need for your event, so the amount of days, the license, if you want an environment open for 1 year or for 2 months. So there are many, many parameters, and we are quite flexible. So depending on the request, we try to adapt our pricing as well. But I would be very happy to send you a quote for whatever project that you have. Yeah, well, under certain limits, we are working with the web browser, but yeah, the building, the outfits, the background, pretty much everything can be personalized.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.